Welcome to Big Chats with Ricky West. Today we have a very, very special guest. One for the ages, one for the books, folks. He goes by the name of Big B.
Yes, sir. And it's honestly an absolute pleasure to be here with my man Ricky West.
Wonderful,
I
wonderful.
mean,
Thank you for coming in, brother.
just insane. But
Beautiful.
I'm gonna let Ricky West get back to this and get us started with what we're gonna be talking about today.
Absolutely. So Big B is here today, folks, to talk about the hobby.
Hobby,
The hobby.
hobby.
Today we're going to be talking a little positives and negatives about the hobby. I actually brought out two cards that I have myself. I have a gold Franz Wagner RPA Select, which is a beautiful card, very nice. Shout out to GG Franz C. Big Megalodon in the card game right there, folks. Big Megalodon. And another shout out to GG Franz C. He gave me a nice Trayvon Walker gem to 10. We love to see it. And yeah, we're actually going to be talking a little about Trayvon's team later in this podcast today, but those are some good cards in the hobby, in the industry, folks. And there was recently a major headhunt hit, the Babe Ruth 1 of 1 Super Fractor Ideal. Big B, take us away on this card.
I mean, absolutely unbelievable. They let out this bounty a while ago, probably I'd say a month ago.
Mhm.
$250,000, Ricky West.
Wow.
On, I mean, if you hit this card, you got $250,000 in your pocket. And,
Wow.
I mean, just to put that money out there in general is unbelievable. And I mean, it got hit. It got hit a couple days ago, and I mean, just unbelievable.
Do you know what company hit the card?
I don't personally. It's a smaller company,
Okay.
but
Good for them. Get on the map. Get on the map.
unbelievable. Yeah, for real, for real. Give it up, give it up. Caught me off guard there, Ricky West.
Ideal.
Unbelievable. And I mean, again, shout out to them who hit it, but crazy to just, I mean, see the hobby still pumping as usual, and just amazing, just amazing.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful sign. Folks, if you do see us looking up, I do just want you to know that we are watching the Marlins in the playoffs.
Fish.
Yes, that's right. Document this date right here because I did say Marlins in the playoffs. Very rare. I don't watch baseball, but I will for the Marlins in the playoffs. Ideal.
Crazy, crazy. And also, um, the Panini license for all cards, going through a lot here. Again, the downsides. Um, Fanatics looks like Fanatics could be taking over, not only with the live app they just made, but also with cards in general, making them. And the prices with everything just, I mean, going up, going down, staying up, staying down, and the prices of cards not going along with the price of the boxes. I mean,
That's actually very crazy to think about that. Like the price of a box would increase so much, but the value of those cards in the box is not increasing. That's a really bad line for the hobby to be taking right now, Big Buh.
it definitely is. And again, it's very scary for the hobby as a whole. I mean, can it sustain what's being given and the prices that are being given? I mean, it's definitely something to think about. It's questionable, but again, they're also talking about the positives with Michael Rubin. Could Michael Rubin maybe bring something to the table, social media wise, spreading the word about?
Is
I
Michael
mean,
Rubin the guy who threw the white party?
it is indeed Ricky West.
Ah,
It
see,
is
I
indeed.
knew
It
I
is
heard
indeed.
the name before.
Crazy,
Where
crazy.
is this guy from? Do you even know who he is, where he's from, why he was able to invite all these people to his house?
Ricky West. When I hear Michael Rubin's name, there's one
Hmm.
thing that comes to mind. That's Fanatics.
Oh, he's the owner of Fanatics?
He is indeed.
Oh, so he's starting to really just take over the whole hobby.
Indeed, the hobby. Um,
My
yeah,
goodness.
it's just crazy. I mean, to even think that this could be a thing, and I mean, you think about the jerseys he can get signed, the connection he has with NBA players, NFL players. I mean,
Everyone, all the
yeah,
way
literally
across the board. Like, did you see that
celebrities.
freaking white party?
I
That was
don't
insane.
don't even get me started. That white party is. I mean, I think we know what we want to say when we see what we saw, but I'm not gonna say it.
It's crazy. It's
It's
absolutely
yeah,
wild. That was some Illuminati type stuff right there. That was just
it's
nuts.
wild. And go ahead, Ricky West. I know you wanted to say something there.
Yeah, well, I do have a question going back to big card hunt hits. I saw a little while back you posted on your TikTok a phenomenal video, by the way,
Thank
of
you.
um it was about the Victor Wembanyama hunt. Has that taken place yet? Have they drawn for that card? Have the winners gone? What was it? Winners are going to
It was
Vegas?
yes.
It's
If you
like they
had it
got their golden ticket.
wasn't a golden ticket, but it was essentially a golden ticket in the way that they did it. You're getting a redemption, which is a non-physical card, which you're supposed to send in to Topps or Panini,
Correct.
and they send you back that exact card. Now, like you said, it was the golden ticket pretty much.
Correct. To get you to the Willy Wonka chocolate factory. To
Good.
have your chance to win the big one.
Exactly. And honestly, I love the idea, but as you said, is the video out? Has it happened yet? No, it hasn't. And honestly, I don't know if it's going to happen with everything that's going on right now.
Really? What? Tops.
That
Tops is
that's
huge, bro.
it.
Tops would.
It's a hot take, but this story happened, and Ricky West. I don't know about you, but I haven't heard anything about it yet.
Franz doesn't agree with you.
Fro-
Franz says release Wemby from jail.
He said release him,
Release Wemby.
but I mean, enough talking. Sports cards. Ricky West. There's something crazy coming this Sunday, and it's came the last 3 or 4 Sundays. I can't even keep track. But NFL Sunday is coming this Sunday, and we got our picks right here. Ricky West.
I love NFL Sunday.
Look, he's. I mean, he's going crazy over here. He's like, I want to talk already. Ricky
Dude,
West, you start us off.
dude. NFL Sunday is like a national holiday for the boys. They might as well temporarily switch the flag. Saturdays are for the boys to Sundays are for the boys just during football season. Then we bring back Saturdays are for the boys. You know why? Because Sunday football NFL, baby.
Yep,
We love it.
yep.
And today, Big B and I are just going to give you some hot takes on who we think are going to cover the lines this week. So first and foremost, we're going to start off Bills Jags early game 9:30. Jacksonville stayed in London.
Unreal.
Yeah, so they stayed out in England and they are playing again this week against the Buffalo Bills, the hottest team in football, the team that has been tearing through rosters and has been winning games by a minimum of 25 points a game. It's been unbelievable to see what the Bills have been doing lately. They were able to shut down the Dolphins' offense last week, which seemed virtually unstoppable the first 3 weeks. Uh, it was it was a great game, and this one should be a good one. But
I also want to speak on that. Obviously, we're Dolphins fans, die hard, and just to say a little bit on that loss. I mean, yeah, it's rough. It's a rough loss, and the way we lost
it's
it, but
one game; you can't judge
it
a team.
exactly, and which I was going to get to is we. I mean, combined, what 70? We put up almost probably 150 points in the first 3 weeks, and I mean, a team is due to slow down at some point. Um, again, it's tough because it's against a division, not rival. I wouldn't say. I would say Jets are a bigger rival, but I mean, they're first place in the division now. It's definitely a big game. Now the game in Miami's definitely a must win. I think you would say so, Ricky West.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they're playing the Giants. We'll get to that after. Um, but for Bills Jags, that line is 5.5 to the Bills. I got Bills on this one. I think they cover easy, especially the way that they've just been damaging these other teams. They've been crushing everyone. The Jags don't look good at all. Literally, the only bright side of that team's entire roster this season has been Calvin Ridley. Trevor Lawrence has so far been a letdown. Um, ETN, he he's been a letdown for the most part. Christian Kirk's been all right. I mean, realistically, it's just been Calvin Ridley's been the only bright side, and I mean the defense looks pretty good too. But
Ricky West, I'm gonna stop you there because I don't think they just cover this 5.5. I think they win outright, Ricky West, and I'm saying that for the fact of the matter of why I just told you, or why you just said the Dolphins lost to the Bills, and I just think the Bills are a little too hot right now. I know,
correct, hottest team in football, folks.
I know, we see it every year, and they've been leading the division, but I think that Trevor Lawrence gives them trouble this week, and I think they take the game in London. It's also not in Buffalo. I think that has a big. That's one of their
Wait,
home
wait, wait.
games.
I'm sorry. Are you saying the Jags are taking this game?
I think the Jags win outright.
Wow. Wow.
It's a very hot
This
take.
is a member of the hobby, folks,
It's a very hot take,
and
but
we respect the hobby here.
before the season, first of all, I think a lot
I
of
don't think the Jags have a chance at winning this Sunday. I
bef-
think they get waxed.
before the season, Trevor Lawrence was hyped up more than hyped up could be,
Bro,
and
unbelievable.
I think that had a play in people oversaw what Trevor Lawrence really was. Yeah, he's a very, very good.
Mid.
I don't think mid. I think he's a very, very good football player. But people were pretty much. I mean, there were times where some Trevor Lawrence cards were selling for more than Patrick Mahomes cards, Tom Brady's cards. Is that
That
even realistic,
that
Ricky
has got to
West?
be the biggest joke that I've ever heard in my entire life. How do you compare Trevor Lawrence to Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady? You don't.
You
There
can't.
is no comparison there
But
in any way, shape, or form.
that is Ricky West. One reason why I love the hobby, and that's because nothing makes sense, Ricky West.
That
Nothing.
is very true. That is very true. I know people are looking to buy Ritter cards for an expensive dollar. And folks, I hate to tell you, but Desmond Ritter is far from him. Far. He's off in a far, far land like Shrek. I'll tell
I'm
you that much.
I'm calling this one. This one actually, and I said it when it happened last season. I don't know if you remember Ricky West,
Uh-huh.
but Bailey Zapp came in. So I think it was Mac Jones who got hurt. But let's go. Let's go.
Fish on the bases.
Big Jesus. Where was I at, Ricky West? I'm watching the fish over here. I can't even
Uh
keep track.
I don't know. You were talking about the
I
Bills.
know where I was. I know where Bailey Zapp last
Oh
year
yes.
he came in, right?
Okay.
Bailey Zapp after that game, I think he led him to a win.
Uh-huh.
And after that game, Ricky West, he quadrupled or maybe even more in price with his cards. Essentially, the way I talk about cards is they work like a stock. When
They
something
are. Absolutely.
Exactly when something good happens, they go up in price.
Tua is up right now.
Tua's a flipping buy and a half. There's certain cards that you can pretty much base these players off of.
Hmm.
So, for instance, a true NT RPA is a National Treasures rookie patch auto. Okay, RPA, and essentially that goes for a certain price for one of those players. So Tua, for instance, was going for maybe a quarter of what Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert were going for. Now, essentially talking cards, now that you see what 4 games into the season, who would you rather buy right now? And that, like you said, two is a buy because if you can get him for a quarter of the price, he's outdoing both Herbert and Burrow right now.
Correct.
So
Dude, Joe Burrow, I don't know what's going on there.
cheeks.
I really don't know what's going on there. But we're going to get into the next game, folks. That's Dolphins Giants. This is a massive spread. Dolphins by 11. Do they cover, buh?
So especially after that Bills loss, a little biased here, but I don't just think Ricky West they beat them by 11. I think they put on another 50 plus point game and they blow this team out of the water. Again, you see with Danny Dimes with this offensive line is doing nothing but
Bro,
struggling.
they are the worst offense in football right now.
I mean, you watched that game last night, and I mean, every if not every play, every other play in that second half, Danny Dimes was getting sacked, and I mean, just completely obliterated that team. They did it with the Cowboys. They did it last night. I- Again, it's going to be hard to go against this Dolphins offense. And on top of that, our Dolphins defense has to wake up. And I think this is going to be a Dolphins
Yeah,
defense
they
comeback game.
really do. They do
Yep.
have to wake up. Um, I I agree. I think the Dolphins wax them, no problem. Danny Dimes just got sacked 10 times last night. 10 times.
One game,
That's
dude.
insanity, bro. I'm pretty sure he got sacked 9 times when they played Dallas.
I
Like,
mean, just awful.
bro, you might as well just put one lineman there to just snap the football to him
Dude,
because
that
that's
was
really it.
that was the Seattle Seahawks,
Yeah,
Ricky West. The
that's a
Seattle
freaking joke.
Seahawks just did that to the New York Giants. That's
That is
unbelievable.
literally a joke, man. You got to be kidding
Double
me. Oh,
play. Oofs. Oofs. We hate double plays.
yeah. Yeah. So Dolphins Giants. Dolphins by 11. I think they cover.
I
Uh,
also love I don't know what the total is on that game. I love the under. I think a lot of money is gonna be on the over there. I said they're gonna put up a lot of points, but I think it's a really good chance for that under as well.
Could be pending the number. Pending the number, it
I
could
don't know
be.
what I don't know what the number is, but
Um, yeah, because I mean the Giants aren't going to score per usual. Did you know that the New York Giants have had a lead in games this season for a total of 19 seconds? 19 seconds
I mean that just
is
says a lot.
how long of gameplay they've had a lead this year.
Oh my, because they came back against the Cardinals. That's actually
Yeah,
crazy. Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Cardinals just fell apart.
Where did you see
Joshua
that?
Debs.
Where'd you see that?
I saw it on Instagram. I laughed my ass off. So the next game, we're actually going to move into the Cardinals and Joshua Debs.
Big Debs.
Cardinals versus Bengals. Cardinals +3. I'm all over it. Joe Burrow has not woken up and has not proven to me that he's going to wake up anytime soon. Uh, Jamar Chase has had one good game this year. T. Higgins, fractured rib. Not good there. Not a good sign. Doesn't help Joe Burrow in that offense. And also, it looks like that O line is awful, man. It seems like Burrow is just pressed every freaking play. The guy is no time to make a move or try to find an open man. It's unbelievable. The Bengals don't look good. Their defense looks about as mid as it gets. Um, Not terrible, but not great by any means. I know they lost a lot of talent this offseason as well. The Cardinals have been a big, big surprise to everybody that they've actually been involved in all of the games that they played in this year. So I got Joshua Debs and the Cardinals taking this +3.
Ricky West. This one I'm gonna have to say sorry to everybody and you because I did say that Joe Burrow looks like garbage. But I like the Bengals -3 for a couple reasons. First off, being that Cardinals don't really want to win here. They really want to get these draft picks at this point. And I mean, yeah, 100% Cardinals have a chance to win the game. But with what first of all, Joe Burrow, this might be one of like their last like gasps of air to even do well this season. And I think it's a must-win game. It's a
Yeah,
I
they have one win right now. You can't
it's a
be
must-win game to stay in this race with
correct.
how much talent there is now in the NFL. They got to win this game.
Correct. You can't be 1-4 and expect to make the playoffs.
The other reason is I think a lot of money is going to be on the Cardinals for the reasons of how they've played the last couple of weeks. But you think about it,
I disagree. I think there's going to be a lot of money on the Bengals. Everybody has a lot of faith in Joe. I think Joe is has proven that he's a top 5 QB in the league, but this year he's all but that. Hasn't shown me anything, and Joshua Debs has shown me a lot.
now
I'm all over Joshua
I
Debs.
also wanted to say that I love Dobbs. I think he should take over that Arizona team. I don't know if he will, but I think he's a beast. Like low key, like his speed also is. I mean, the way he rolls out, no one's even catching him. The guy looks like
Yeah,
modern day Lamar. Like
yeah.
it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, he looks better than Lamar Jackson this year, honestly.
Hmm.
Ravens record's pretty good though. They are 3-1, but Lamar has to be better,
Can't wait
I
to get to
believe.
that game. Also, that game to talk about. It's
I
crazy.
do I do believe that Lamar has to be better. All right, folks, the next game that we're going to be hitting on here is Chiefs Vikings. Got Vikings +5. I think you should take Vikings ML plus the money.
I don't even need to say anything here. I
Bang.
think Ricky West is going to say it himself. I mean,
Bang. Uh
Mahomes is going to be shown.
yeah,
I'll let you say.
I mean, dude,
Go ahead,
the
sorry.
Vikings are top G offense. Their defense is horrendous though, which is scary to go up against the Chiefs with a horrendous defense because that offense eats. Patty Mahomes, guy's goaded. Um, Chiefs almost lost to the Jets this week. That was pretty wild. Mahomes did get outplayed by Zach Wilson, which is also wild. Nobody saw that one coming. Patrick Mahomes looked different. For a point there, it looked like Patrick Mahomes had the talent sucked out of him by the aliens from Space Jam. Like, he just underthrew Travis Kelsey by like 10 or 15 yards. And then he had another hor- horrible, horrible interception. So I don't know. I mean, could be a turnaround game for Mahomes, but I just truly, in my gut, feel that the touchdown leading, yard per game leading Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson takes this one home.
I also think Jefferson goes off for like 3 tutties. Like
Jeff always goes off in
I,
big, big games.
I'm telling you, I think he's gonna pop off in this game. And like Ricky West said, ML all day. I would take the 5 points just to be safe because it could be one of those like game-winning field goals.
Dude,
You cover with the five.
3 gritties Big Butt expects.
Three
Wow.
gritties for the simple fact also, like you say, Vikings don't have a defense. Like look at the Chiefs. Like they don't have the craziest. They might have a good D line, half decent D line, but that defense is not that great. And I mean, you know what
They
Jettis
did just
does.
let Zach Wilson like all
Thank
up
you.
on him.
Thank you. And that right there might just be the only thing I had to say. I didn't even need to say anything else.
Beautiful.
But
We're gonna head into Ravens
yep.
Steelers. Take this one away, bud.
I mean, this game gets me excited because you know it's the classic. Like, I mean, this is a game everyone wants to watch, and I know my pick might not seem too hot after this last week with Texans Steelers, but I think Steelers could win outright. I love the 3.5 points here. Lamar hasn't shown up at all. Um, and I mean, in a division game at home, I think there's also a record. I remember seeing a while ago a record. Anything over 3 points at home, it's hard not to take unless it's like a very lopsided matchup. But I think Steelers come away with a win here, and I I just love this game. I
Do
can't
you
wait
know
to
what's
watch
up
it.
with Kenny Pickett though? Is he gonna be playing?
He'll play. He'll
Because
play.
if Mitch Trubisky is in, throw your
Honest
entire life savings on the Baltimore Ravens.
and honestly, I think if Mitch Trubisky does play, I think this is a classic. Everybody slams the Ravens, and I think Steelers still win this game, and they
Okay.
cuck everybody's parlays, straight bets, whatever it is.
I think society's
I,
gonna be on the Ravens this game.
either way, I think they are. But I love the Steelers in this game, especially at home, getting that many points. Put it in. Put it in.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm leaning more towards the Ravens here. I don't believe in this Pittsburgh Steelers offense at all. Um, I like Pickett, but he could be better. I mean, he's still young, so I'm not going to judge the guy completely. This is only his second season, is it? Yeah, it's his second season. So I'm not going to completely judge the guy until next year, but I just think the Steelers' offense is inhibiting them from being great because the defense is phenomenal. You know what you're going to get from them week in and week out. TJ Watt's a force. That Watt family is just built different. They eat different. They are different. Um, I got Ravens plus 3.5. Even
Minus.
though Lamar is like whatever, I think they've done a good job building around Lamar. They've drafted 2 first-round receivers for him.
That's not good. Ricky West, we're down 1-0.
Yeah, no, no bueno, no bueno.
That's not good.
They have Mark Andrews. For some reason, they have like 40 good running backs. About 20 of them get hurt each year. Uh, so they just stay deep at the running back position. I don't know. I mean, I just don't see the Ravens losing this one again. It is a classic. Baltimore, Pittsburgh. Uh, you know that those games are usually close, but I think Ravens take this one. Uh, and you could even do minus the points. 3.5 Ravens.
I respect it. I respect it, Ricky
Factual,
West.
factual.
I'm gonna get us started on this last one. This one's gonna be fun to talk about, Ricky West.
The toilet bowl.
The the toilet bowl, the battle of the shitters. Jets at the Broncos, and I think me and Ricky West both like the same thing here. Um, I think Broncos beat them, and I think we see a Sean Payton masterclass in this one. I think he just destroys the Jets. You might not think so, but I think he beats him pretty bad.
Bro, there is no longer any such thing as a Sean Payton masterclass performance. Clearly, it was always Drew Brees. Drew Brees won the Super Bowl. Sean Payton did not. Drew Brees got them to the Super Bowl. Sean Payton did not. Sean Payton had a roster allow 70 points against them. Sean Payton can never be admitted into the Hall of Fame anymore after that disgusting, awful performance. And they barely snuck by the god awful Chicago Bears last week. They were getting
So
absolutely
so wait,
annihilated to the Bears
that's
at one point.
that is why I like the Broncos in this matchup. Though I think the way they won that game is going to give them
I
a
agree.
lot of confidence
I
in this
agree.
next matchup.
Broncos take it, but Sean Payton will have nothing to do with anything. Um,
Okay,
I
okay, okay.
do. I do agree. I think Zach Wilson is horrendous. I think he had one of his two good games throughout the season that he puts up each year. He gives you like one or two good games a season and falsifies hope for Jet fans for another 3 to 4 weeks until they re give up on him again. Um, the Jets stink without a real quarterback. Garrett Wilson is special, but he's not going to will them to a win. I think Cortland Sutton's been looking nice lately. I think the Broncos are going to take this. I think it'll be a close game. It'll be sloppy too because the Jets do have a very good defense. So it is going to be tough for that Broncos offense to be able to put in a lot of work. But I do think in the end of the day, Broncos come out on top. -2. I'd say Broncos -2. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, definitely all over that Broncos -2. I think that's not even close.
I'm sorry. What was that?
I think that's not even close. Broncos should be minus
14.
6.5.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a big take, big buh.
It's a big, big take.
That's a very big take, big buh.
The biggest.
All right, folks. That's all that we have today on Big Chats with Ricky West featuring Big B.
How you doing?
Big B, thank you so much for coming out again, brother.
It's always a pleasure, and very glad to be here with my man Ricky West.
Absolutely. But I will have you on again. Can't wait.
Yes, sir.